Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jordan and Drew, the sports crew, the Lake to Lake soccer special. No Jordon Lawrenz today. I'm Drew Skyberg, and I'm joined by some great individuals to help recap the great Lake to Lake soccer season. So today, I'm joined by Noah Bratz of Noah's Nonsense. Noah, how you doing today?
Good, good. I'm wearing I'm feeling great. I'm wearing some Cookie
No,
Monster socks.
we don't want to hear about your socks.
I know that was
Graham,
it.
Nice.
That was the end of
and
the sentence.
the other guest today is Graham Stahl, also from Valders. How you doing, Graham?
I'm doing pretty good. First time on podcast. I'm a newcomer to the scene.
Might be a little nervous. We'll get that anxiety out of the way. And yeah, so these boys, they both were juniors this past year. They both play like soccer. Noah played some defense, midfielder, forward. He's a jack of all trades, and you could say that about Graham as well. So they both were great players. Noah scored a goal this year, which we'll get into later. But yeah, it was a great season, and we're gonna get into it right away about what Lake to Lake soccer is. So Lake to Lake Soccer, it's a local club soccer league in Wisconsin, and it consists of four teams in the Northeast Wisconsin area: Brillion, Chilton, Manitowoc Lutheran, and Valders. And the reason it's called Lake to Lake, I don't know if you guys knew this, it's the teams that really lie between Lake Michigan and Lake Winnebago. So that's kind of where the Lake to Lake got the name. And the league, it gains popularity mainly due to not all schools having a boys soccer season in fall. So like the schools I previously mentioned, like Valders, Manitowoc Lutheran, Brilliant, and Chilton, they don't really offer a fall soccer season for varsity. So it ends up being they do a spring club season, which is co-ed. So that's kind of how it works. And I don't know what you boys think, but like this year it really wasn't as co-ed as it usually is. What'd you guys think? No?
So yeah, when you say co-ed, I'm assuming you meant boys and girls there.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. This year there was about I'd say 15 boys, give or take. I can't count right now. And then we had two girls, and normally in years past it was more like 10 boys to 5 girls. There was a little bit more even, whereas this year was not. But some of our girls previous years went on to the girls women's team instead. So that is fair.
Yeah. And Graham, you kind of agree with that too?
Yeah, most of the times in at Valdez at least, you get the girls. The girls want to play soccer. They join the varsity team. The boys want to play soccer. They join the Lake to Lake. Until we really push for the having a boys varsity team there. I don't know. There's been talks about bringing it up to our principal and everything, trying to get just a more coercive like league for the guys at Valdez.
Yeah, and I think that'd be a great idea. And I think the main reason it really hasn't is because we'll talk about like years past. There's been guys like Cody Meyer, Trevor Wenzel, and like really cross country players. And if they had a fall soccer season and then they'd have that ability to play soccer, the cross country team would be losing a lot of players. And I don't think that would sit well with a lot of families, a lot of parents. So from the time being, I'm not sure about a fall soccer season, but I would totally support it for you boys next year, but we'll see. And then the next thing we got to talk about the grades and how it's grouped. So it's for like it starts really in first grade and you can play up to your senior year, and they group it by first and second, third and fourth, fifth and sixth, seventh and eighth, and then ninth and nine. So like your freshman year to your senior year. So that's a big 4-year grouping, and that's what all three of us fall into. So I mean, I think that's a good way to group it. And I just some of the rules that they have at the younger levels are like kind of confusing because they kind of like for example, did you guys know like there's no goalie anymore in the first and second grade level, and you can't use your head? Like you
Uh,
guys knew about that?
yeah, I've
Yeah,
I've heard
the
about that.
Do you guys think it's a good idea to not have a goalie that young? Like, or what do you guys think?
I mean, I joined soccer fourth grade year, so I didn't play those years. Um, I kind of get why, because the field is small, and like the concept maybe for the kids so young, like to understand that they can't touch the ball. I think that's part of it. And like, well, if you can touch it, why can't I touch it? Philosophy, but I am not the expert on this.
Mr. Stahl, I know you are a fellow soccer expert.
yeah, I can say like I haven't played soccer a couple of years. I think I can have a pretty good opinion on this. So basically what I think the goal is that like well like really the kids that play at that level, that like they get more active and that one isn't just standing there, and really it's not as like competitive as some of the higher leagues get up to.
Mhm.
So I think that's what they're really trying to achieve with that.
Yeah, and I think like I guess you bring up a good point. It's kind of like in basketball, you're not gonna play zone defense in for with first and second graders because you want to teach the fundamentals of good man to man defense. And I think that's kind of what the idea of the goalie. You're not gonna have a goalie sit back in a small soccer field. You're gonna want to play defense, learn how to play defender, and I think I think it's a good idea. It's good rule changes, but like I just thought that was awfully different because I remember when I was that young, I recall them having the goalie, and I recall being able to like use your head, um, and just like that stuff just changed. I think even like 5-6 years ago, but I I guess it's good teach some fundamentals, and then also for the schedules I want to talk about. So we mentioned the three other teams is Manitowoc Lutheran, Burlington, and Chilton, and we're Valors. So you usually play. It's a basic schedule. It usually consists of 6 games, and it's 2 games against each opponent. Usually 1 game home, 1 game away. But like as we know, this year we got stuck playing at Lutheran twice. What did you guys think about that? Disgusting, I know.
Yeah,
It was horrible.
I totally 100% agree with every statement that has been said so far. Their field is first of all very tiny. I believe it's middle school field size. I even a bit smaller, honestly. And it's literally right next to the pond, like a duck pond or geese pond, whatever you want to call her. So like last time we played, there's geese poop everywhere on the field. And first of all, I mean, I never had the ball be kicked out on the other side of the field where is a heavy street where everyone's going at least 35 miles per hour. So I mean, I haven't seen a ball go over there, but I've definitely seen balls go in the water, and it's just like a really crappy tiny field that I despise.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to put it, Noah. And for this year, I thought I'm just going to talk about this year. I thought it was very competitive and as a year in a whole, and I think there's a lot of drama this year between coaches, players, and even parents. And I thought there was times this year where it got heated, and I don't know if you guys thought that too for being a club soccer league. I mean, we had some moments this year we saw from other teams' parents, other teams' actions, where it got heated this year. What did you guys think?
No, I'll let you go first on this one.
I out of all my years playing soccer, I believe because COVID killed the year, so like this would be my 6th year. I have never in my lifetime seen such poor sportsmanlike conduct in general for like all sports and events I've been to. There's is pretty good about sportsmanship and like surrounding schools. I never like had a problem with, but like some of the stuff that went down was aggressive and like unnecessary. I'm gonna mention one of my friends, Wenzel, first year soccer, by the way, give it up for him. Um, he was chilling. He was our goalie this year, one of our many goalies, but he was just chilling. And I mean, he did talk, but like it wasn't like mean or aggressive. You know, he's just kind of having fun. You know, just relax. You know, like come on, team. You know, nothing crazy. And I just remember this like he was on the sidelines or not on the sidelines, but on the other side of the box, and like I don't know, his parent and him just got into it. And I trust him when he said he didn't say anything, he didn't start anything because he was asking the ref about a call and the parent overheard type situation. And this woman just went off at him. He's like, I'm just trying to explain what happened. I'm not the expert here. And I was just like, I've never had such parent player like aggression towards one another or even to the refs in general this year, which I thought was completely whack. I've never had anyone like argue with the ref. Like I've heard some swear words at the refs. I've heard some disturbing things. It's just it was not a pleasant year for sportsmanship in my eyes.
No, not at all. Graham, what do you think?
Yeah, personally, I don't know that story with our first year soccer player Mason. That story, just the way they explained it, the way he explained it, it really doesn't sound like something he'd do. Like the way that he came at a parent like that, that just, I don't know, that really didn't sit right with me. And yeah, it was for a lake to lake soccer league. This has been some of the most drama I think we've ever had in one of these. And yeah, just a recreational league, I don't know, there's no kind of place for that. And I don't know if we bring out the worst in people or what, but it was the games we started winning too. That's when stuff started got really heated.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
I think when games started being won, I thought a lot of other teams like they start playing more aggressive. And I mean, you see it in other sports, you see it in football, you see it in basketball. It starts getting a little chippy, and I think that's what happened this year, which we had some awfully competitive games. And I think when you have competitive games, I think there's some chippiness involved, and that's exactly what we saw. So we're gonna go transition now into we're gonna preview kind of like this 2021 year that we just experienced. So like Noah mentioned, there was no soccer in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So like that was my junior year. These guys' sophomore year was just wiped away due to COVID. So that was a bummer. But another interesting fact that I want to point out is each year that I played, so like these last 3 years, we've had different coaches. So like my freshman year, the 2017 year, 2018 year, my bad. And we had John All as a coach, Jared All's dad. Shout out if you're listening. And my my sophomore year then, so you guys your freshman year, we had Rebecca Hansen as a coach, and then she was gone. Noah Graham, what'd you think of Rebecca Hansen as a coach? Like her?
Miss Hansen, she did not care. I
Yeah,
think he's a pretty good coach.
I think Rebecca, I think with her, the one thing I mean she's always known for equal playing time. She was an advocate of that, and that's something that I didn't really necessarily agree with, but I thought overall, I mean she ran practices fairly well. Noah, any thoughts?
I mean, I don't I excuse me. The only thing I remember from Rebecca Hansen, I don't remember a lot of fundamentals being taught. I remember it more being like a fun practice. Maybe this is just me and the fond memories I remember. I don't remember a lot of fundamentals or like just things like practicing on working on our game. I just remember doing a lot of fun things. I might be totally whack and we did other things and I just don't recall those memories. But I mean, I thought she was really nice. I mean, I'm fine with the equal playing time, whatnot. I mean, I sit on the bench quite a bit, so nice to step everyone, get out on there, right? But, yeah.
And yeah, going on the advocate for equal playing time, like I'm not against equal playing time, but like the coaches we had this year, I think Ben and Susie Young, which we'll talk about, I think they did a phenomenal job this year with really trying to balance the whole idea of playing to win, but also trying to give as much equal playing time as possible. I think they did a great job on that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think, well, like most players on our team, they've always had their moments to go out there and shine and do what they do. But like when you advocate for equal playing time like that, yeah, it's always a balance. Like trying to get everybody to play the game and also still being able to win. It's
Yeah.
just you can't please everybody with it. And I think she did also. Ben and Susie did a good job with getting you seniors, to stay in the game longer and be able to, I don't know, finish out your season with sort of like a bang like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was very nice of them. Like the last 2, 3 games, I was able to actually play the full 90 minutes, which was fun. And you talking about seniors, this 2021 year upcoming into it, we only had 3 seniors, and that's like historically low. And there's a lot of juniors and sophomores though, and not that many freshmen at all. And like coming from these past 2 years, because like we lost the whole year, so like that senior class, but that wasn't that big. The senior class of 2020, not really involved in soccer, but like this year we lost Michael Gassese, Elsa Peter, we lost Christian Romo. There's other key players that were lost from that team. Ben Young was lost from that team. He played. Our coach we mentioned. So just a lot of turnaround, and this roster looked completely different than it did 2 years ago. So that was interesting to see. And now I want to get into this year, and we have a special guest to talk about this year. We have head coach Ben Young on here to discuss everything about this past year. And Ben, we all want to congratulate you on a successful season as your first year head coach. We thought you and Susie did a phenomenal job, and I'm happy and I'm hopeful to see how you guys do in years to come. So Ben, take it away.
Yeah, thanks. For our first year, probably starting off, I feel like we did pretty good as well. And going off of like what you said a little bit earlier about the whole senior deal, I think a lot of that was for the COVID. A lot of people just because if I remember the list correctly, because me and Susie Young, my mother, signed up for coaches last year before it got canceled, and I do believe the list was quite bigger than what it was this year. But even though this year we still had a lot of turnaround for kids, and I think all of them that came and played really did enjoy it and liked this season a lot. Somewhere where on that field you don't really have to have something protecting it because you're always so far away from each other.
Yeah, I agree. I think with COVID, I think I think that you should be able to have the spacing and stuff. And I'm glad we didn't have to wear masks. I think that was a plus because imagine playing in that hot Manitowoc Lutheran sun with a mask. That would have been greasy. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
That was, ugh.
Yeah, having a mask that was what that one game we played, that was just about 100 degrees. That was bad. And that's one of the pluses about soccer though too, because you're not always around everybody and kind of just eliminates the need for masks.
Yeah, for sure. Ben, so I'm gonna ask about your first year. So did you really enjoy coaching? Like what was your favorite part?
Gosh, the favorite part. I think as me as a coach compared to other ones, it's a little bit different because I'm really not that much older than a lot of the people playing. So I know roughly, like, oh, some kids are gonna have to, some kids are gonna be able to run, some aren't gonna be able to run. Some have track, some have other sports, all that other stuff. So I feel like the greatest part I really liked is that I was able to, kind of say and connect with everyone. Like, oh, hey, all right, you need to do your homework. You got some tests. All right, head on out early from practice. Or, hey, you got a track meeting up today. All right, I won't see you today. That's fine. Go have fun at it. So I feel like, yeah, definitely the best part for me was I was able to be kind of that bridging point from you guys to like an adult, basically.
Yeah, and I think playing with us because you played with everyone in here right now for like 2 years ago. I think that also helped. I played with you even for 2 years, so I think just having that connection as playing with you as a player and also having you as a coach, I think that just really helped that bridge like connect. So
Yeah.
also and so we're gonna talk about also now some like game recaps. And Ben, do you want to talk? We'll talk about April 24th, 2021, which was the infamous prom game at home against Brilliant. We were missing multiple players. The reason I say it's infamous is because multiple players like myself, Seth, Mason, Bryce, we were not all able to make it due to prom. Luckily, Noah and Graham, you guys were able to be there. So I'll kind of let you guys talk about that game because I wasn't there. So take it away, Noah.
Oh, I should have pulled up the schedule. Was that the Chilton game, correct?
Nope. It was the Brilliant.
Brilliant.
1:00 at home against Brilliant, a 4-3 loss.
4-3 loss. Honestly, you shouldn't have picked me at. That's the one game I don't remember at all. Like I just remember I was there, showed up.
No,
I'm sorry, my memory is so fuzzy. Like
it's okay.
I have 5 key memories, and that was not one of them.
Mr. Young,
No,
Graham. Yeah.
that was the game where we got gypped a goal, and they got an extra goal.
Oh,
I don't know. The whole thing was kind of dumb.
Oh, okay. That game. Okay, I remember it. We were playing Brilliant now. Yep, and the Brilliant team kicked the ball and it hit the top. Oh my God, crossbar, and it hit at it was like a 45-degree bounce out, so it should have not been a goal. But I respect the refs calling because that's what we do here, and they said it was a goal because it hit the bottom of it, so technically it should have bounced in or whatever the ruling was. But I thought we got chipped the goal, but I obviously respected the ref and we continued on.
Ben, what did you think about the call?
Also besides just being a coach and a player, and some years that I did play, I also refed, so I know the hardship of some of those. Some of those are hard to call. You don't have some binoculars looking down the other side trying to see. You're trying to make the best call you can. Especially, I know this year they definitely kind of made, or I believe it was last year, but it was just implemented within this year's. Is kind of them defining more of that out of bounds and in goals. Like the ball has to be fully over that the sideline to be out of bounds. For other years, if it was close enough, a lot of people would call it. And these years for like a goal is that if it's anywhere near that line, that's close. If it's touching that line, they will generally call that as a goal there. But yeah, no, from our view, yeah, it didn't look like it. Maybe the side ref, you never know. The side ref was new. Maybe just couldn't put the flag up or something and just say, oh, hey, I didn't really see it go out, but I'll go with whatever heck you're calling to like the center ref. It's all still learning experiences for all of them as well. So, and although that bounced down and in for our goal because it hit the crossbar and bounced straight down and a little bit back because you could see it in behind the netting. Should have counted, but it's nothing much you can do about it now. I also remember the teams, since a lot of you were at prom, I believe we only had three people to sub in.
Wow.
So we were down a bit, but we still had some people.
Yeah, and I'll just say this right away. I think that game, that May 15th date, which was our next game against Brilliant, I think everyone had that circled on their calendars. They were ready to take Brilliant again because we really want to beat Brilliant. That's one of our rivalry games. It's always been like that. And yeah, we'll talk about that game May 15th. But first, we got to talk about the night game, 7 p.m. at Stockbridge versus Chilton FC, May 1st, 2021. A 3-3 tie. Well, Graham, what was your favorite moment from this game?
Yeah, it is just a different feeling. You got that however long it was. It was probably like good little over an hour drive for me to get all the way to Stockbridge. And then just driving all that way, just having that chip on your shoulder the whole way there, going against the Chilton team. I don't know. It's just a whole different feeling playing under the lights.
Yeah, I think with having the scoreboard and just the atmosphere, it actually felt like a boys varsity high school game, like an actual high school level sport. Of course we're in the high school level, but it actually felt like a school sport, And Noah, you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I don't want to hit on how cool the Under the Lights was, but I don't care if we would have won or lost that game or what would have went down. Under the Lights is one of the greatest feelings in a sport I have ever participated in. It really did feel like a real sport. It felt like we finally got acknowledged after all these years of being a club sport. I literally felt like a varsity player. It felt great. It was awesome. It was so nice. So I'll never forget that. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I think the one bitter thing was ending a tie. I hate ending in ties, especially in like I wish we could have did PKs, but that's a bummer. But right now, this Valders team we are at 0-1-1. So we have one loss and one tie. So that was interesting. And then now you would think we would play on May 8th because we play every Saturday, but no. Manitowoc Lutheran contacts Ben and Susie Young, and they demand the game get moved to Wednesday at 6 p.m. because they had prom Saturday. Even though we played through our prom, we went to Lutheran Wednesday at 6 p.m. We went to the Goose Poop Field, and we played a game at Lutheran. And let me just tell you, I'll give a little hint. This game was nominated for worst game of the year, and we lost 3-1. It was the Vikings. We'll call ourselves the Vikings. It was our worst loss of the season. We lost 3-1, like I said, and it was just a bad game overall. Ben, what do you think about it?
Well,
Lutheran.
how do I want to say this? Yeah, kind of basically. I think playing wise, it wasn't for us personally. Playing wise, we were pretty good. We were doing fine on that in the end and whatnot. And yeah, Lutheran has some rough history throughout all roughness within the soccer league, within not just us but other teams talking about it as well too. But you can't blame them too much because when you're on that field in the heat of the moment, you just are working with that ball. You don't know what the heck the rest of your body's doing. But again, some of those calls, I would just strongly disagree with some of those calls, and that's about all the rest I gotta say for that game.
Yeah, and I agree that older gentleman was reffing the game. I'm not sure if he should have still been officiating. I mean, in the nicest way possible, but it's just there's some interesting calls. Graham Stahl, actually, he's with us today. He actually almost got a yellow card that game. Which, Graham, you want to talk about that?
Yes, I do. Yeah, Manitowoc Lutheran kids. I don't know. You tap them a couple times, they'll fall right over. it's hard to deal with, and I think we were playing with too much of our emotion, using our bodies too much, and the refs definitely saw that. Other than that, finishing, I remember quite vividly, was a problem for us that game. Even when we play them later in the season, finishing has always been a problem with us. Noah, I'm sure you know a lot about that, but
Oh, oof.
I think I know where this is
yeah.
going.
Noah, how do
think-
you respond to that?
So some of us are inadequate on the field and in life, and I'm sorry for. I've had a lot of missed opportunities throughout my whole season, my whole soccer career. Some of them unexcusable. Some you could be like, okay, no, I'll get it next time. But I don't remember how many goals I would have had this whole season if I just could have connected the foot with my ball or used any part of my body to put it in the goal. It's just, I know we talked about it before, Drew and I, and kind of in general with everybody on the team, that our goal this year is to get me a goal, and I kind of let the team down, and I'm sad, Drew. I really am, that I put you through that, and all I can say is better luck next time. But sometimes that just doesn't cut what you had, what you witnessed. Like, I could see your facial expression, and you're like, Noah, and sometimes you didn't say, you just looked down on the ground, so sad. And then there's times in practice where we were just scrimmaging us and I'd miss, and I just see Drew coming running after me, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, Drew, and I just run and run, and I'm just, I can't say how disappointed I am. Like, the words do not express such disappointment I felt on the field.
Well, Noah, I'll come to some of your games next year, and I'll be rooting for you just to score that goal we've been waiting for so long. And I hope you will. But this Valor's team right now is 0-1-2, and this was a team that we thought coming in was gonna do very well. We thought they were gonna. I don't know. I thought us as a team, I thought we had a chance to go 5-2, 6-1. I thought we were going to be a very good team this year, and we start like that. And just something happened because May 15th, 2021 was the first game where things just started to click. Just chemistry improved, just communication improved. And there was a game 1:00 at home against Brilliant and a 3-0 win. The first shutout done by the Viking defense, and it just was overall a great game, offensively, defensively. Ben, you agree with that? Think it was good? Great game.
Yeah, sorry. This was about that the last game we were talking about before that. I just remembered the statistics because the other coach kind of kept it down on fouls wise. It was 18 fouls on us with 2 for them. So if that says anything about that game.
The May 5th game, we had 18 fouls.
Yeah.
Holy smoke.
I would say about 6 of them were true. I as a person that would, if I was ref in this game, I'd say, all right, yeah, 8 of those or 6 of those I can see for us.
Oh, yeah.
The other ones, yeah, it was their judgment. But on to this upcoming game, yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of you guys just seemed to click all in what you were doing. We had a lot of practice because, unlike other coaches too, I asked you guys, oh, hey, where do you like playing? Where do you want to play right now? All right. Because I know, hey, you want to be running off on defense or running off on offense, and all of a sudden the coach throws you on defense and you're just kind of sitting there while offense plays with the ball. Yeah, I know that could be, some people don't like that. So I think as time go on, a lot of people got to practice within those places that they like. All those people got to really be and hone in on their skills, and we finally started, instead of playing one ball and shooting it, it's kind of the team's still there and the team can help me out.
Yeah, I agree, and I think this was the first game that just really just got us going. And the next week it was May 22nd. There was a 1:00 game at home against Chilton, and Graham Stahl calls this game the Chilton Massacre, and there is a reason why. An 8-0 dub for Valders over Chilton FC. This might have been the greatest game we played this year. And Graham, why do you call it the Chilton Massacre?
Yeah, this one felt good. Chilton Massacre. Well, we call it the Chilton Massacre because it was an 8-0 win, and I don't know, it doesn't get much worse than that. Chilton team, it's usually pretty renowned for having, some decent players at best, and just to have them go 8-0 and something like this after we've been getting losses and ties the entire season, that couldn't have felt too good for him.
No, I agree. And Noah, what did you think of being part of the 8-0 dub?
I felt great, and I've never in my soccer career I've never seen us score 8-0 in my entire life. I think the highest I've seen is like 5-0. So like that just was like our high score, and I was honored to be a part of it, even though I was not on offense. I believe it was this game. Coach Young over here, he put me on defense. And you know how it's funny when he was talking about 2 minutes ago, honing down our skills on. I prefer offense, obviously, but I still can't. I struggle, making the goals. But he's like, no, you're on defense. I'm like, yes, Coach Young, and I go out there, and that was the best game I would personally say I've ever played. And I don't care for defense. I did some definite good plays, I'd say. I remember I was going. There was a Chilton guy, probably had 2 feet on me, like all the other players do. And he's coming down. I remember I charged him. This was the risky play, but I got the ball.
I remember that. No.
Yes, it's all good and dandy. I remember that. So yeah, I just ran down the field a little bit, got a little risky biscuits. We got the ball. It's all good and dandy. I stopped him. And then I remember the other play. There's a Chilton guy that got past. He was running. The ball was out of his reach per se. The right defender kicked it too far to the forward, and as he was running real close, I remember, because we were running down the field at this point trying to chase this ball. I remember I took my right foot, and if play soccer, you know this going, and I pulled the ball backwards. This guy's just going another 10 feet, lost in the wind, doesn't know where the ball is. I turn around, I dribble up a bit, kick it down the field. That was probably my best 2 plays in my entire soccer career right there. So that felt pretty great.
And I agree that the Vikings defense, I mean, this was our defense, a second straight shutout. The offense was clicking too. This was just a true great game. I mean, when you score eight goals, you give up none. Just you can pat both team or the offense and the defense on the back for a performance like that. And now the Vikings team right now, they were split right in the middle, 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. So the next game then was on a Tuesday. Brilliant wanted to play us again after they had a sour taste from a 3-0 loss in their mouth. So they wanted to schedule a game June 1st, 2021. It was a Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. at Brilliant. And this game was known as the D-team game by some people. And the reason being was because we were down a lot of players, and a lot of feeler players jokingly called the D-team was present. And they played like the A-team that night. And I was there. Noah, you were there. Graham, you were there. Ben, you were there coaching, of course. And
Yeah.
I don't think we were the D team that night. I think we were the A-team. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah. And just because I didn't poke it on that last one, but how you said coming into this, how they really wanted to play us and whatnot. Again, that's also how Chilton, after that whole 8-0 nothing, their coach came on over and was like, oh, heck yeah, we want to play you again. Sadly, we couldn't get up in communication again to find out a time to get you guys to play. But yeah, I think both of the coaches wise were pretty good. But on just that day, I don't know, a lot of the people, a lot of people were just really, really playing good that day. I couldn't tell you if it was just in the water or something, but morales were high, and they were running that ball down, even those that I had up there that maybe weren't runners, like a lot of the people that did like track or cross country that were out there, and they were going, they were pushing themselves this game. And I think after definitely that 8-0, it kind of raised a whole bunch, like raises everyone's spirits. So we definitely ended the year strong after that, basically.
Yeah, and like a 4-0, that's a 3rd straight shutout by the defense. The offense put up 4 goals, and I don't know. I think that was just overall great game, and got a little chippy in that game too. That was where Graham and Noah both mentioned the incident with it was with Mason, and this is where it was the other kid's kind of revenge game. I don't know if you guys want to talk about kind of what happened there. Graham? No?
Well, yeah. I think it was it Brilliant that said they were going to start attacking our offense?
Yeah, I guess there's a whole backstory with this game. It was a chippy game, and I don't know, Graham, if you want to touch on that. Noah?
Once again, just everybody playing with their emotions instead of their heads. And yeah, I think like, I don't know. I remember this game in particular. It was like when, like it being June and everything, like the warm temperatures really starting to take effect on us. I think we only had like 2 or 3 subs, something like that game. So like our passing really shined this game because you can't be running up and down the field like that for very long. So passes really came into effect here. And yeah, another memory I have of this game, just there was the one senior on Brilliant too. Just everybody playing with their heads getting hot. Yeah, it was I don't know.
Noah, do you have any thoughts about this game? Anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, there's one thing I forgot to mention. The first Brilliant game where Drew was not present, that prom game, start of our season. I know a Bratz. I'm about 5'8", if you round up that half inch. And I'm not even kidding you. I'm gonna call him out. It was number 26. And he had a foot on me at least. And I weigh approximately 130 pounds, give or take. And I was just running down the field or sitting. I was not doing anything. I did not have the ball or anything. This was the first game we played, just to clarify. And I literally got decked. I literally got plowed like a pile of snow in Wisconsin. I just got plowed. Guy didn't get a card or anything. I got decked. We did get the ball, so I'm not going to complain. But I got decked on the ground. I did not have the ball. I was not going for the ball. I think I was walking back to the other side of the field because I believe I was left forward, or maybe I was right defense. Either way, I wasn't doing anything to help the team at this point, and the guy decked me. So I was a little salty about that to this day. I wish I would have slide tackled him, but we keep it relaxed and cool, calm, and collect. But
Yes.
We're good. We're good. And then the last Brilliant game, I remember that other coach came over and said, we don't want any fighting, any nonsense or any trash talk. And if you hear it, tell your coach, tell your ref. And I didn't really hear much, only a couple players. And I told coach because I'm like, we don't stand for that here. And I think it got resolved. I thought it was a pretty clean game overall. I'd say it's pretty good.
I just want to clarify that wasn't the other coach. That was the Brilliant's whole the head of their sports district. That's who she was, and she actually used to go to Valor. So that's how everything easily just spread across both planes of talking to each other. And yeah, but in that game though, we had again only 2 people on off the whole time, trying to keep you guys switched in, right? Trying to say, all right, if we need to, boom, there's water bottles on the line here, on the offline here to chuck it in, because I know at least I have played games where there's only been 1 sub and it's been 80 degrees out. So I know how rough that can be on some people and whatnot, but I think that game was really, really won by our goalies in defense. So that one is running it down there and getting some really good saves. If I'm not mistaken, it was this game that got Maggie her second penalty shot that she stopped.
Yep.
So she's out of 2 penalty shots. I think the other one was in our 8-0 game that she blocked, I believe. And then even out of the 2 of those, having 2 penalty shots on herself, and she caught them both just with ease. It was great. Oh, and then she also got full control of it after because no one moved after the kid took a penalty shot. So, yeah, it all worked out really nicely. I think running for how it all went out with the amount of people we had, yeah, I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, and now at this point, the Vikings team, we ended up going over 500. We were at 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie, so that was a plus as well. And with 1 more game left, on 4 days of rest, we had a game June 5th, 2021, 3:00 at Manitowoc Lutheran, and we had such a sour taste in our mouth from that embarrassing 3-1 loss at Lutheran, which I wasn't a fan of. And May 5th, that was May 5th. So now 1 month later, we play them again at 3:00, and I just thought this was such a great game. We started down 2-0. We played quarters actually this game, which I thought was nice with the heat, and we started down 2-0, and then the second half we scored 3 or 4 straight, and then they scored, and then our 5th goal was something special. Do you guys remember what happened for our 5th goal?
I could talk about it. I was kind of part of it. I got the assist, I would say.
No, as the
he
assist
told
man.
you what to do.
Go ahead,
Literally
Noah.
walked you through step by step.
I'm
Go
not
ahead,
gonna
Noah.
lie. Zeke approaches me because I got the ball to the center after it was kicked to me. You know what I mean? And he's talking to me. He has his hand. He's going like the play. I'm not gonna lie. I had him repeat it at least 3 times. I'm like, so all I do is just touch the ball, but don't move it too much. Like keep it as still as possible. He's like, that's all I do. Don't move it. I'm gonna go kick the goal because the goalie was playing so far up at the edge of his box. And as you can see, when Zeke, after I jumped over it very gracefully, I did move it about 3 inches uphill for the most prime spot. Zeke comes in, hits the ball perfect up and over the goalie's head into the goal, making that our 5th goal. I got the assist. Now Zeke definitely did a lot of work scoring that. That was wonderful. I was so proud to get that assist for him, even though I really didn't do much, but it was an honor. So.
Yep. Ben, do you have any thoughts from this game?
Yeah. Yeah, like that shot. I think it's another also in that game is also some of the topics of Noah almost getting goals. Trying to tell, as a coach, you're saying what you see is different from what the players see. So I'm seeing, it was Elias getting up left side of the field and I'm telling Noah, get into that goal or something. I see that, but maybe you on the field or people in the field don't see it. But I didn't, again, this was all on Zeke here. This was his great plan because I noticed, the goalie sat forward, but I didn't think of much of saying, hey, we could hit a shot from half field right into that goal. And that's also, luckily for myself, that's a reason I drilled into our 2 goalies as well. To our new goalie Mason and to the one that has played before in goalie Maggie, that stay roughly a little bit back farther in that box until ball is kicked off, and then after that, as if it's going forward, you can come up more. But again, even right there, I feel like their goalie, he was still a pretty good goalie. I can't lie on that. He was still a really good goalie. But even on that, he learned that lesson, and you could see on our literally the next kick, he was sitting way closer to the goal so he could get that ball in a great and timely manner. I think after that, it was our morale was just going high, and we kept going. I also think the fact that it ended up like last time we faced Lutheran is because I feel like the wave of what was happening with Brilliant kind of hit all the teams. So kind of be told, hey, we're watching you now, basically. And I feel like that really helped to make everything even. I think all those calls on there were well played. I think all those calls were great, and it seemed really good. Also, that quarter is the first time we had anything like that. It was 97 degrees out, and there was no shade, no hiding, no nothing. So playing in those quarters and having the extra waters, I think we had like the popsicles and grapes and whatnot for just anything, time to refresh. I think it really worked out really nicely for how it came out.
Yeah, and Graham, do you have any favorite moments from that game? Want to talk about
Favorite moments?
Yeah, favorite moment. What do you got?
It's honestly got to be that goalie absolutely lost his job after that kick from Zeke. You almost got to be wondering just what he's thinking to allow something like that to happen. Because I don't know. I'd never let something like that happen.
Yeah, that's for sure got to be something embarrassing. This game was very sad for me because it actually was my last game, ended up being. So I was very sad. I'm going to miss soccer, put in my last 4 years of high school, and it's just sad to see it end like that. So that was a bummer. Then to finish, so we ended up finishing the season with 27 goals scored and 10 goals allowed to finish with a plus 17 goal differential. And we finished with 4 wins, a 4-game win streak to end the year, 1 loss, or my apologies, 1 tie, and 2 losses. So we finished 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. And that was just a sad way to end. Now to my favorite part of the show, the awards ceremony. So we have a bunch of awards to give out. The players voted, and we have a Lake to Lake Soccer Awards show ballot that I was sent out, and I was eagerly requesting and demanding kids to vote. And we got 15 votes, so we got a good chunk of the team here. And I can't wait to recognize some players for some great moments and just for some great players this year. So we'll get right into it. The first award is Best Moment. And the nominees are Bryce Holkstorff, receiving a yellow card from Mr. Brandel. Ezekiel Sipple, pulls and successfully scores from midfield, assisted by Noah Bratz. Graham Stahl receives warning from the Manitowoc Lutheran referee and constantly beating up Cameron Grassi, which is awfully interesting. Noah Bratz scoring his first ever goal against the girls' varsity soccer team. Graham and Noah, who do you guys think wins this award?
I mean,
No on this one.
yeah,
That's a big deal.
Yeah, personally, I would hope me, but that's a little selfish. I think the girls' varsity moment is just more important to me, so I would hope it win. But I can't say that is the most important.
So, the winner is I do think that Graham beating up Cameron Grassi, I think that just really brought the team together. So I think that was really, which we'll get into a later award about that. But I think Graham doing that, I really thought that brought the team closer together. So I thought that was important. And also Noah's scoring, having him on like just lifting him up after he scored the goal was just such a great moment. But the winner of this award is Ezekiel Sipple for pulling and successfully scoring from midfield, assisting by Noah Bratz. I think that was the best moment. All right, I'm saying telling you that award that moment was the award. So yeah, Ezekiel Sipple, congratulations on receiving the best moment award. It's a weird name, I know. So anything, I mean, we talked about this moment already. We talked about this is the same one where Noah Bratz dumps it off to him after they scored, and goalie was playing a little up, so like just falls in. So congratulations, Zeke. The next award, the Silent Leader Award, and this award is given out to the player who might not say a lot of words, but like when they lead by their actions, and that was shown by these three nominees, they were Christian Koth, Ezekiel Sipple, and Jake Young, Ben Young's little brother. The winner of the Silent Leader Award goes to Christian Koth, the senior. Congratulations, Christian, on receiving the Silent Leader Award. I think that's a great pick. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, I think that one's pretty fair.
I voted that way, so I agree with that.
Beautiful. I'm glad. It's always good to see the person you vote for receive the award. The next award, the swaggiest player. So this award goes to the player who exhibits the most swag. By that, it could be some headbands, some sleeves, they just have that swag to them. And the nominees for this award are Ezekiel Sipple, Drew Skyberg, Seth Mangan, Graham Stahl, and Elias Sparks. And the winner of the Swaggiest Player Award goes to Elias Sparks. Congratulations, Elias, on being the swaggiest player. I think you in the Snapchat group chat alone won this award for yourself. What do you guys think?
Definitely swaggy, man.
Yeah, I think he's just got it to him. When he wears the NLE Choppa shirt to practice, I feel the swag come off of him. And that takes a lot. So congratulations, Elias, on this award. And the next award now is the Best Teammate Award. So this award goes to the player who truly is the best, like acts as the best teammate towards other players and to coaches. And they're just a great person to be around. So the nominees are Chase Wilker, Drew Skyberg, Elias Sparks, Jake Young, Seth Mangan, and Noah Bratz. The winner of the Best Teammate Award goes to Drew Skyberg.
I think I voted for you on that one.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And yep, so that would be me. I won the Best Teammate Award. I am honored to receive this award. And you guys were just such a great group of guys to be around. And I mean, there's no other place I'd rather be, playing some soccer with you boys. And I kind of felt like the old dog this year as being like one of the only seniors. Plus, I was the one who showed up to like most of the games. Some of them could only make it to half. And like practices too, I was like the only senior. So it just it was great. I kind of felt like the old guy, like I said, but just being around you guys was just such a great time this year. And I know Ben thought that way too, as Coach Ben Susie. And I'm going to really miss you boys next year. So that'll be the next award we have to give out is Best Goalie. So this goes to the goalie who performed the best this year. It's best goalie. It's self-explanatory. The nominees are Maggie Rissy, Mason Wenzel, Matthew Storm, and Peyton Wallander. So yeah, Peyton Wallander is included. You guys know practice squad goalie, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Fifth string.
and Noah, you could have been a practice squad goalie too. You had the skills.
Not anymore. I used to be goalie when I was younger, actually. True story, but couldn't do it now, I tell you.
Darn. And are you ready for the winner of the best goalie award? Goes to Mason Wenzel. And I think that's
Oh, that one's actually.
I think that's a good pick. I think, first year for soccer, I think with his taller frame, he was really truly able to like use his body to his advantage, and he was able to deflect passes or shots, and he was able to just have a great year at goalie. I mean, the drop kicks at first were a struggle, but over time, I think near the end of the season, he was starting to put together some really good like drop kicks. He was able to throw the ball at goalie sometimes instead of like doing the occasional drop kick, which worked out. And I just thought he had overall a great year at goalie. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that one was actually kind of a toss up for me. I mean, Mason, yeah, he's got the bigger frame and everything. First year goalie, I think he really did show a lot of improvement in the start of the season when he did play goalie. He kind of had to tell him every once in a while to get those drop kicks higher off the ground so the other team wouldn't be able to get at him easier. But I mean, Maggie, I think she's played goalie for a few years now. But I thought for sure those, was it 3 penalty kick saves? I thought for sure those were going to clinch her the spot.
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly make an argument for Maggie being snubbed. I think, like you said, I think she's fearless. I think that's a good way to describe it. Like she's a smaller, a smaller person. She's a girl, which I mean, that should make a difference. But like in a co-ed, that's not much co-ed anymore. She's playing against 17, 18-year-old guys, and she was able to just hang in there, fearless. Like I said, she would dive at balls, and she was aggressive, and she had some really great qualities. And I think it's going to be great for you guys to have both these candidates back, because I mean, all 4 nominees are returning next year. So the goalie department is looking great for the Valors Vikings next year.
Maggie even got one off on Lupe, I think it was one of the PKs.
Yeah, it was Lupe Oscar, and I think that's great. And now the next game, best game. So this award is really just a team award. It goes to the best game we played this year. Players voted on what game. There's some nominees. The first nominee is June 5th. It was the first Manitowoc Lutheran. It was the infamous the Zeke game from half court, the 5-3 comeback behind W. The next nominee is the June 1st, 2021 away game. It was the Tuesday game versus Brilliant. The 4-0 dub after they wanted a rematch. We came to Brilliant. We had our so-called D team, and we won 4-0. And the last nominee was the Chilton Massacre. May 22nd at home versus Chilton, 8-0 dub. And the winner, no surprise here, the Chilton Massacre actually garnished 2/3 of the votes. So 10 votes out of the 50 responses for the Chilton Massacre. And Noah, Graham, I think this was a gimme. What do you guys think?
Oh, definitely. Definitely think it was a gimme. Like I said earlier, I've never seen such a game 8-0 like that. It kind of, it felt good to be on that victory, on that W road, if you will.
Yeah, and I agree, Graham. Do you think the same?
I remember I think I got 2 that game. I know Eric Corona got that hat trick. Elias might have gotten 2 or 3. But yeah, we did good that game.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think for Eric, I think when you have Lupe Diaz after the game talking to you, trying to get you to join Chilton FC, you made it. When you're getting asked to join Chilton FC, that's how you know you made it. And now into our next award, the worst game award. This is also a team award. It goes to the players, what they voted for, the worst game that was played this year. The nominees, the May 5th game, away versus Manitowoc Lutheran. It's a game that got moved to that Wednesday night, 3-1 loss, a lot of penalties, older official, just not a good game. And the next one is the May 1st, away versus Chilton, the 3-3 tie under the lights. And the final nominee is the the April 24th game, our first game of the year at home versus Brilliant, the 4-3 loss. This game was also a gimme for the May 5th game versus Manitowoc Lutheran, the 3-1 loss. It had 80% of the votes. So a lot of players had a sour taste after their mouth in this game, and I don't blame them. Just like we've talked about this game, not a good game. And yeah. We're just gonna move on from there. We don't want to talk about the worst game. We're gonna talk about something we want to talk about though. Coach of the year. We got our nominees. I'm gonna read them. Ben Young, Susie Young, both the head coaches, and Ball Girl, Sydney Young. All the Youngs made it except Jake and the father. But the father was very good at taking photos, so I give him credit. So the coach of the year winner, Ben Young. He almost was the unanimous coach of the year by 1 vote. He missed out. So congratulations, Ben. Noah, Graham, you guys got anything to say about your coach of the year, Ben Young?
You did. Outstanding job.
Yeah, I think that just sums it up. I think for a first-year coach coming in, the situation he did with COVID last year and not having a year, I think the way he was able to just like get this team together, rally the troops, I'll say it. He did it. It was incredible. And Ben, we commend you on your great work. It's sad I only got a year to be coached by you, but I'm glad these guys get one more. Noah, what do you think about your coach of the year, Ben Young?
I mean, I love Ben Young. I known him since I've been 11, so I've known this guy a long time. It was great. I think my favorite memory with Coach Young, besides his overall like fun and fundamentals, like teaching us and having fun, was pretty balanced, I'd say. I think Drew is more qualified to tell this story, but after the Chilton massacre, if I'm not mistaken, that is the one where you dumped a half-gallon of water on him, provided by Chase Wilker.
That would be the game. As like I kind of mentioned, I kind of felt like the old dog of the group, and I just felt like I mean, I'm so glad Chase and Luke and whoever got the water. I'm so glad they did. And I'm so glad they let me pour the water on. That was such a great experience to dump the coach in some water after the game. Too bad it wasn't Gatorade, but that was just such a fun game, and it had to be done. When you beat Chilton 8-0, I've never beat Chilton 8-0, and let alone a team 8-0, like Noah mentioned. It had to be done, and so glad it happened. And with that, we're gonna move on to the next award. We're starting to get to some good awards, boys. Offensive MVP. So this is gonna go to the best player offensively. They're best passer, scorer, dribbler. It just goes for all of it. And the nominees are Eric Corona Diaz, Ezekiel Sippel, Elias Sparks, Graham Stahl, and Luke Rissy. And the winner, we actually, right now, guys, we have co-offensive MVPs, Ezekiel Sippel and Eric Corona Diaz. Congratulations to Eric Corona Diaz and Ezekiel Sippel, co-offensive MVPs. Do you guys think it should be co? I mean, that's how it was voted. Graham?
I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, perfect. I'm glad because I think both of these young gentlemen, they're juniors and sophomores who won this award, guys, and they're both coming back next year. And I think that's going to be a great addition to this Valor's team. I mean, I think Eric's just a phenomenal player. Zeke, like both of them have the similar skill sets. They're both elite dribblers. They both have that instant burst of speed. They can go 0 to 100 real quick, and we see that. And just the way their accuracy too with kicks. I mean, Zeke was able to drill in from half court. Eric's able to kick from long distance, and just having them as weapons on your offense as like forwards or midfielders is just so essential to this team. And they were such great big parts of our success near the end of the year with the 4-game win streak. So I'm glad they won it. Congratulations, boys. Next, we're going to move on to the defensive MVP. And this goes to the player who exhibited the best talent defensively with just clearing the ball, making people miss, just blocking the ball, kicking the ball, sometimes players, So the nominees then are Avery Koth, Bryce Tolksdorf, Cody Coleman, and Drew Skyberg. And the winner of the defensive MVP award was Drew Skyberg, receiving 11 of the 15 votes. And thank you guys. Yeah, so that'd be me. I'm honored to receive the defensive MVP. And it was just like I played defense all these last 4 years, and it was just I don't know, it's just always been good fun playing some high school defense. Occasionally we get some penalties, but that happens. But I don't know. Love me some defense. Oh. Noah, you got anything to say about your love for defense?
I mean, it was an honor to play alongside Drew and him be like Noah, because I don't want to go back to the game quick, but it was like an honor playing defense. And I heard coach saying like, "Whoa, Noah did something." Type. He didn't say it like that, but it's good when they talk good things about you on the bench and stuff like that. It was just an honor playing with Drew. I think Drew should have won the offense award when he went out those couple of times on offense. I don't know, could have went there too, but it was an honor playing defense with the boys.
Yeah, and
Avery.
Graham was playing great playing defense with you too. I know occasionally you play defense at your midfielder spot with me, but yeah, you like playing defense too, Graham? Maybe next year, some more D.
I think I'd get behind some more D, but truly, I don't think there is anyone really more fit to receive this award. I mean, the only person that would have probably gotten close to you is Bryce, but just the greatest lockdown defender to ever do it, known for making Chilton kids panic, striking fear in the hearts of every citizen of Chilton. It's really an honor watching you play.
Thank you, Graham. I appreciate it. And yeah, when I had my beard going, they were scared of the beard. I had a couple kids ask me if I was 30. Brilliant thought I might have been in college. It'll happen. Big whoop. But we're going to move on to my favorite award to give out, team MVP. And this player, no matter offense or defense, this is the player who made the most impact to our success. And I got some nominees. I'm going to read them. Bryce Tolksdorf, Drew Skyberg, Eric Corona Diaz, Graham Stahl, and Ezekiel Sipple. So this award, guys, like the offensive MVP, we have co-team MVPs. And I want to congratulate Eric Corona Diaz and Ezekiel Sipple on being named the 2021 Lake to Lake Soccer for the Valors team. I mean, they should be Lake to Lake Soccer overall team MVPs. So congratulations, boys. You guys had great years. I think offensively, I think even defensively, if they threw you guys in there, I think you guys would exceed expectations and do a phenomenal job. And Graham, Noah, you guys got anything to say about your team MVPs?
Well, really, our offense would not be the same without those two. They usually they don't ask how, they ask how many, but something about those two just being on the field together. It's really just, it's magic is what it is.
Yeah. Noah, you agree with that? I think that's...
I 100% agree. I can't add any more to how true that statement is.
And we have one more award to give out. My favorite award. I just kept this off to the side, kept it on the low. The Team Punching Bag Award. What this award is. This award goes to the player who really just was the team punching bag by getting by being the team punching bag. I'm sorry. I'm getting emotional. This is quite a prestigious award to give out. And there's one nominee, Cameron Grassi. And the reason he was the one nominee, he won this award unanimously. And I'm so proud of him. He was a great team punching bag throughout this year. By him getting he liked to take balls to the face, but with soccer balls, I mean, in the face. And it was quite the player. And, he scored a goal this year. And him being the team punching bag just brought us close-knit, as I've mentioned it numerous times. And Noah, Graham, you got anything to mention about your team punching bag, Cameron Grassi?
I don't think there's anyone greater to ever do it. Just the way he doesn't try to get away. It's perfect.
Yeah, you have to be there to see it. And I mean, there's some videos, but we don't do anything like Grassi doesn't get harassed or anything. It's just some good fun and good bonding with the boys, and sometimes joking fights get out, and that's basically what it is to sum it up. And Grassi was always ended up being the getting the short end of the stick, let's just say, and he was the one who always ended up on the ground. He just like put himself on the ground usually, and he loves it, and it was just some great fun. Noah, you agree with that? You know, Grassi being the team punching bag.
For all, I have a lawyer, so I'm not gonna comment too much because they advised me not to. But Grassi, it was an honor to be your punch or to have you as my punching bag as well as the team. It was an honor. I didn't really do much, I'm pretty mellow, but it was an honor. You did really bring the team closer together. Definitely brought the vibe up, made it more relaxed. It was an honor.
Yeah, I think when Coach Young talks about the vibe, I think Cameron Grassi is the reason. I think part of the reason that vibe, that morale just goes up. I commend you, Grassi, Cameron Grassi. I'll say his name again. I think I'm gonna miss playing with you, Graham. I think, or not Graham, Cameron. I'm gonna miss playing with you too, of course, Graham. But Cameron, you were just such a great player as a teammate, a friend, and we're all gonna miss you. I mean, at least I am, because I'll be gone. But I'm glad Graham and Noah get one more year to play some soccer with you, and hopefully you take less soccer balls to your face and body when they are thrown at you or kicked at you. I hope you can dodge them better, because you were not good at dodging this year. We learned when we play soccer dodgeball. But that is what we have for the awards. We wrapped it up with that, and I want to talk about next year now. We're going to talk about next year's team. So like I said, there's only 3 seniors graduating. So we got a big junior and senior class coming up. I mean, I'll let you guys kind of lead this conversation because you guys will be the seniors. And, Zeke, hopefully he comes back. Maybe Bryce Tolkstorff comes back. There's some juniors, Cody Coleman, Peyton Wallander, Luke Rissy. I mean, like I said, mentioned you two guys. You got the co-MVP, Eric Corona Diaz, coming back, only a junior. Elias, all 3 goalies. And yeah, and also, coach's son, Jake Young. So you guys want to talk about the team next year? Graham?
No, I'll let you start with this one.
All right. Well, I think we're only going to grow. I mean, I know people say that all the time, but after you see success like this, and I know some of the younger kids, I definitely think would join the team. I mean, like the upcoming 8th years or freshmen, or I guess you could call them freshmen, or I think we'll just get more people on the team. I think Ben Eben actually might come. I've been trying to get that guy to join soccer for years. And Wenzel too. I finally got Wenzel in this year. I think I helped him do that. And then Ben came to practice one day. He seemed to enjoy it. So we might have another addition, Ben Eben, senior. So I think our team will grow, and, people telling people, I think we'll have a pretty good sized team like we had this year. And I think we'll only improve. Hopefully I'll get a goal it's last game like Christian. So I'll take that. I think the program will overall be good, just good vibes.
Yeah. Graham, you think
Well,
so too? Yeah.
Next year's team, you have Zeke, you have Eric, you got Bryce. I think when you take the most potential that we have on our team, and you take that and you make it better next year, because with everybody's improvement as they grow older and progress through their years, and then we might even be able to see no one's gonna know this, Lucas Bile. We might even be able to see him come out of retirement, reminiscent of the 8th grade days, playing soccer on a tennis court during recess. But yeah, I think we're gonna have something really special next year, and we're still looking for that undefeated season. I think if it's gonna happen, next year might be the time to do it.
And I really hope for you guys. I hope that happens. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make it to some games. Hopefully, I can get some pics with you boys after, and it'll be great. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I think next year, if you want to go undefeated, I think next year is the perfect year to do it. You got a brilliant Chilton, Manitowoc Lutheran. You take care of those 3 teams. I mean, it's only 3 teams. You just got to beat them multiple times. I think next year, you guys go for it. I mean, offensive MVP coming back, co-MVPs, co-offensive and co-MVPs are coming back. You got all 3 goalies, like we've mentioned. A lot of the award winners are coming back. So I think that's certainly a plus if you look at it in the long run. And you got now 2nd-year coaches, Ben and Susie Young, are going to be veterans. Even Sydney Young, the ball girl, is going to be in her 2nd year being a ball girl. So I think that's just looking at that, the coaching staff is coming back more experienced. and whatnot. I think that's an overall plus. Anything else, Graham and Noah, you guys got today?
Yeah, on that last topic, I think that COVID year, and I think after that, it was just trying to get back on our feet. And now we remember how to play the game. We remember what we needed to work on and what was our strengths. And I think we can just build on that for next year, because now we played last year and we're going to be going on another season this year. And I think we'll still be able to carry over all of our skills and everything. And I think we'll just be able to build on that.
Noah, anything else today?
I really don't have much to say. It really has been fun. I'm gonna miss Drew and Christian and all the other seniors. It really was a great time to play, and I'm just glad I got to experience this. It's crazy that Graham and I will be seniors. I never thought about that. I'm not the greatest leader, I admit. I'm getting better at it, like just in personal life. But I feel like as seniors, Graham and I and some of the other lads will be able to steer the team into a better direction too, as well with our great second-year coaches and ball girl. So I think I'm really pumped for the next season. We're only out like a week or two, but I'm ready for it again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna miss playing with you guys too. Like I said, such a great year. This was my most enjoyable year of soccer I've ever had. And just to wrap things up now, I want to just shout Noah Bratz out. He's got Noah's Nonsense. It's a great podcast. He's doing senior seconds right now. He's talking to other seniors about their senior year. They're talking about fun things. It goes from band, sports, anything goes on that show. And he's on YouTube, Anchor, Noah's Nonsense. Go find him. We got Graham Stahl here, Soccer League Pro. Play him in some Rocket League. He does car soccer. He can't drive a car, but he does car soccer. It's funny. I know. It's some good fun. Play him in Rocket League. And then, of course, I want to thank Ben Young for being the special guest of this show. Kept him on the low a bit. He did a great job this show. He included his coaching thoughts, and I'm really glad he could come on today. And he was just such a great coach this year. I appreciate him, Coach Young, Coach Susie, and Ball Girl Sydney on their excellent work as the coaching staff this year, and I'm going to certainly miss them as well. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for listening to another episode of Jordan and Drew, the Sports Crew, the perfect podcast for you.